TV ads are meant to be short, memorable, and often humorous, right? But occasionally, brands release commercials so unsettling, bizarre, or outright inappropriate that they get yanked from the airwaves. Today, we're diving into the most disturbing TV commercials that were actually banned. We'll begin with one of the weirdest and most unsettling ads ever linked to a candy brand, Sour Patch Kids. Now, let's take a look and find out why this ad got banned.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
It's genuinely shocking that this ever aired on television. A candy ad should never be associated with something so dark and unsettling. For those who might not get the reference, Sour Patch Kids' slogan is, "First they're sour, then they're sweet." The issue here is that the commercial used Nazi imagery to represent the sour part. While it may have been an attempt at being bold or edgy, it crossed a serious line, especially given the horrific events of World War II involving Germany and the Axis powers. For many, the imagery was deeply offensive, and despite being just a candy commercial, the message was far too disturbing. It's no wonder it was quickly banned. Now, let's look at another troubling example. This time from Oreo, a brand typically known for its fun, family-friendly image. But at one point, it was linked to an ad that turned out to be racist and offensive. Instead of delivering its usual lighthearted vibe, the commercial shocked viewers with its inappropriate content. The ad depicts a young boy who grows up eating Oreos. Everything seems harmless, until as an elderly man, he's shown receiving an Oreo with chocolate filling. At that moment, he begins to utter the N-word, though the commercial cuts away before he finishes. Thankfully, it stops short, but even that glimpse is far too much. Oreo is meant to represent fun, togetherness, and joy, not racist undertones or offensive language. For such a major brand to cross that line is deeply unsettling, and it's obvious why the ad was pulled before it could cause further harm. Next up is another inappropriate commercial, one from overseas. I'm not certain what language it's in, but even without understanding the words, the animation alone makes it clear why this ad was banned.
Коктейли Хуч с натуральным соком. Охуенные фрукты.
This Hooch soda ad features a lemon and a soda can engaging in inappropriate behavior behind a bush, complete with wild, exaggerated facial expressions. There's not much else to explain. It's obvious why it was pulled. The content speaks for itself. Next is another banned candy commercial, this time from Skittles, which got axed for being both bizarre and inappropriate. Once you see it, you'll immediately understand why. It's easily one of the strangest commercials I've ever come across. It was clearly intended to be quirky and humorous, but instead, it left viewers deeply uneasy. Now, let's see if you feel the same way.
Lemon.
Uh-huh.
Orange.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Mother. I love eating Skittles every time you eat Skittles.
I love you eating Skittles every time I eat Skittles.
I miss Dad.
The ad shows a mother eating Skittles while her son, still attached to her by an umbilical cord, somehow tastes them too. What was intended as a quirky, humorous concept came off as deeply creepy and unsettling. It clearly crossed the line from odd to outright disturbing. Skittles is known for being fun and vibrant, but this commercial left viewers genuinely uncomfortable. so it's no surprise it was quickly pulled from the air. And who would have guessed a Klondike ice cream commercial would end up on this list? Let's take a look, ponies.
Milkman? Is this a bad time?
In this ad, a Klondike wife cheats on her Klondike husband with a Crunch bar, transforming what should have been a playful ice cream promotion into something awkward and uncomfortable. It's the kind of commercial that leaves you wondering what the creators were thinking. Ice cream ads are meant to be fun and sweet, not centered around infidelity and relationship drama. The next commercial sparked major backlash and offended countless viewers. And honestly, it's hard to understand why some people still...
Back in the early 1960s, the Mexican bread company group Bimbo released one of the most controversial commercials in its history to promote a new chocolate-covered sweetbread called Negritos, known as Nitos today. The commercial begins with a group of children in full-body black paint emerging from mud huts that were meant to represent Africa as they excitedly eat the chocolate bread. By today's standards, the ad is shockingly racist, using every harmful stereotype about black people imaginable. At the time, however, the commercial was very popular, and many viewers didn't seem to question the imagery or the product name. Over the years, the company has tried to erase the footage, change the product's name, and redesign the packaging. Interestingly, some modern ads for Nitos still exaggerate hairstyles like afros after eating the bread, which many people believe is a subtle callback to the original commercial. This controversial ad is now often discussed as a classic example of racism in advertising and how media can normalize harmful stereotypes, even in something as simple as a chocolate bread commercial.
Even for its time, this commercial is genuinely shocking. It's unclear why the company hasn't fully rebranded or updated its mascot. The exaggerated afro and over-the-top design feel unnecessary and remain offensive even today. Now, let's turn to a commercial created for Volvo cars. Despite their attempt at creativity, it backfired spectacularly and was ultimately banned, for reasons you're about to see.
A is for Amber, who's taking the bus. B is for Larry, who's feeding the doves. C is for Clara, cleaning her lambs. D is for Dora, hanging out with her friends. E is for Eric, who's digging too deep. F is for Freddie, whose heart stopped to beat. G is for Gary, who's crossing the street.
This one is so bad it barely deserves commentary. And it had to be censored for good reason. It's a relief it was banned when it was. Let's hope no car brand or any company at all ever attempts something like this again. It seems some companies just can't resist pairing sweets with questionable concepts. Because here's yet another candy ad that got banned for doing the same thing. Can you guess which candy it was promoting? That's right, M and Ms. And again, how can something that looks so cute end up being offensive? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward.
Daddy?
I just think there's a reason that we come in different bags.
Howard! Daddy, all that matters is he's sweet.
He ain't half as sweet as white chocolate.
I hate you!
New M&M's dark chocolate.
The ad depicts a family whose parents object to their daughter dating a dark chocolate M&M. That alone says it all. The message was undeniably racist, and the ban was entirely justified. Well, that's all for today, peonies. Some of these commercials were genuinely terrible and absolutely deserve to be pulled. But I hope you still enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.